Pick a door.
All right then.
No.
Access granted. Access denied. Access denied.
And take control.
We've got unfinished business.
A virus.
When it's the fate of the world, it becomes my business.
Look after your sister.
Listen, I'll handle it. Buckle up, fat boy.
On my three. Woo! Hey, see the look on his face? You have no idea how long I've been waiting to do this.
The music's already started.
By an army of mercenaries.
Look at me.
Damn.
Where?
Home. To bring trouble here, Mama, but I need my brothers. Gonna need cars and guns.
Aquí read of them.
Very noble, Mrs. Hobbs.
Let's get old school.
Come on!
Hello everyone, welcome back to another amazing video. Today I am going to review Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Show. If you love action, cars, comedy and big fight scene, then this movie is made for you. This movie is not a normal and furious and fast film. It is a spin-off, which means the story is focused on two famous characters from the Fast and Furious world. The first is Luke Hobbs, who is a strong government agent. The second one is Deckard Shaw, who is a smart and dangerous former soldier. In the previous movies, these two were enemies and always wanted to defeat each other, but in this movie they are forced to work together because a new enemy is much stronger than both of them. The story starts when a dangerous virus is stolen by a powerful group. This virus can kill millions of people if it falls into the wrong hands. The only person who can stop this disaster is Hattie Shaw, who is the sister of Deckard Shaw. She is brave, intelligent and ready to risk her life to save the world. But now many people are chasing her because everyone wants the virus. So Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw must forget their old fight and forget her before it is too late. From the very beginning, the movie gives fast action, funny moments, and exciting scene. The best part of the chemistry between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw. They keep making jokes about each other. They argue almost all the time, but when danger comes, they fight together like a perfect team. Their funny conversation makes many scenes very enjoyable, and because of this, the movie never feels boring. Now let's talk about the biggest villain of the movie. Brixton Lore is not a normal human, is a powerful soldier who has advanced technology inside his body. Because of this technology, he becomes faster, stronger, and more dangerous than any normal fighter. Brixton Lore believes that he is the future of humanity. He thinks normal humans are weak and only people with advanced technology should survive. This idea makes him a very interesting villain because he does not think he is evil. He believes he is doing the right thing, and that makes his character even more dangerous. Whenever Bristol enters the screen, the background music becomes powerful and his confidence makes everything feel bigger. He can stop bullets, chase cars at unbelievable speed, and fight many people at the same time. Watching him fight against Luke Hobbs and the Care Show is one of the biggest highlight of the movie. Every fight is a different and every action scene is meant to keep the audience excited until the end. The movie also shows that even strong heroes can't win every battle alone. Luke Hobbs uses his power and courage while Descartes show uses his smart thinking and experience. One depends on strength and the other depends on skill. At first they can't agree on anything. They keep arguing about every small decision. Sometimes they even start fighting each other instead of fighting the enemy. These funny moments give the audience a chance to laugh before another big action scene begins. One thing I really liked is that the movie does not only focus on action, it also gives importance to family. There we meet his family who live a simple life but always stand together. These emotional scenes remind us that real strength that does not only come from muscles. Real strength comes from family trust and helping each other during difficult times. On the other side, the show also has emotional moment with Hattie show, we see the behind his thought personality. He truly cares about his family. This balance between action comedy and action makes the movie more enjoyable. It is not just about explosion and car chase, it also gives the audience a reason to care about the character and their journey. The action scenes are filmed in many beautiful locations around the world, from the busy city street to secret laboratories and family finally to the green mountain of Samoa. Every palace looks amazing on the screen. The camera work is smooth, the visual effects are impressive, and the sound effect make every punch, explosion, and car crash feel powerful. Even though some scenes are not realistic, they are meant to entertain the audience and they do that very well. If you watch this movie only for logic, you may find something impossible, but if you watch it for entertainment, fun, action, and comedy, then you will have a great time. This movie know exactly what it want to be. It does not try to become a serious drama. Instead, it gives 2 hours of non-stop excitement, funny conversations, amazing fights, and memorable action moments that keep the audience fully entertained from beginning to end. Now let's talk about the action because this is the biggest reason why most people watch Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Show. From the first hour of the last minute, the movie keeps giving one action scene after another, but the interesting thing is that every fight looks different. Sometimes Luke Hobbs uses his highest strength to throw an enemy across the room. Sometimes Descartes show fight with speed and smart moves because both heroes have completely different fighting style. Every battle becomes fresh and exciting. One of my favorite things is that is this movie is the relationship between Luke Hobbs and Rick Show. They never stop making fun of each other. Even in the middle of danger situation, they keep arguing. Luke Hobbs believes that power can solve every problem, while Rick Show believes that intelligence and planning are more important. This different creates many funny moments. Their comedy never feels forced, it comes naturally, and because of that, the audience enjoy every conversation between them. As the story moves forward, the danger becomes bigger. Brick, Brixton lore is always one step as his advanced technology allow him to predict many attacks before they even happen. He can move faster than cars, survive heavy explosions, and fight without getting tried. Every time the heroes think they have defeated him, he comes back even stronger. This makes the movie more thrilling because the audience never feels that the heroes are completely safe. The movie also spends some time showing the personal life of Luke Hobbs when he returns to Shoma. We see a completely different side of his character, and away from big cities and expensive car, he becomes a simple son and a loving brother. His family becomes his family welcomes him with respect, but there are also old problems that still exist between them. These emotional moments slow the movie down in a good way. They allow the audience to connect with the characters before another big action sequence begin. The Samoa scene are very beautiful. The Green Mountain, the ocean, and the traditional lifestyle make this scene look fresh compared to the modern cities shown earlier in the movie. The movie also shows the importance of culture and family traditions. Luke Hobbs understands that technology is powerful, but sometimes old methods can also become the greatest weapon. This message become very important during the final battle. Before the last fight, Luke Hobbs and Decky also realize that they can't defeat Bristol Lore by fighting sprightly. They finally stop arguing and start working as a real team. This change is one of the biggest character development in the movie. At the beginning, they could not even stand next to each other, but now they completely trust each other because they know that the future of millions of people depends on them. The final battle is full of action, explosion, fast car, helicopters, and hand-to-hand combat. The heroes use every possible idea to stop Bristol. The action becomes bigger with every passing minute. Cars are destroyed, buildings sacked, and every fight feels larger than life. Although some scenes are impossible in real life, they are presented in such a such an entertaining way that the audience simply enjoy the ride instead of questioning the logic. The background music also deserve appreciation during emotional scene. The music becomes soft and meaningful. During action scene, it becomes loud and energetic. This perfect balance helps increase the excitement. The camera angles, editing, and visual effect make every scene look stylish without confusing the audience. Even during very fast action, it is easy to understand what is happening on the screen. Another good thing is that the movie never forgets its humor. Right after a intense fight, Luke Hobbs or Deckard show say something funny that makes everyone laugh. This balance between action and comedy is one of the biggest strengths of the movie. It keeps the audience entertained from start to finish without making the story feel too serious or too heavy. Overall, this movie is made for people who love big action, funny heroes, powerful villains, and non-stop entertainment. If you expect realistic action, you may feel disappointed. But if you just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy an exciting adventure with two unforgettable characters, then Fast and Furious presents hopes and show delivers exactly what it promised. It is a movie that focuses on fun, friendship, family, and spectacular action from beginning to the very end. Now let me talk about the performance of the main actors because they are the heart of this movie. Luke Hobbs looks powerful in every scene. His confidence, body language, and strong personality make him feel like a real action hero. Whenever he enters the screen, you already know that something big is about to happen. He does not speak too much, but whenever he does, his word leave an impact. At the same time, Decade is completely different. He is climb smart and always has a plan. Instead of using only strength, he carefully studies every situation before attacking. This difference between the two heroes make the movie much more enjoyable because both characters bring their own style to every scene. One of the biggest reasons why this movie works so well is the friendship that slowly grow between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw. In the beginning, they can't even trust each other. Every conversation turns into an argument. They keep insulting each other, making jokes, and trying to prove who is better. But as the story moved forward, they began to understand each other's strength. They realized that winning is impossible if they continue fighting among themselves. This slow change feels natural and make the audience enjoy their journey even more. The movie also introduced Hattie Shaw as more than just a supporting character. She is not someone who waits to be rescued. She fights bravely, makes smart decisions, and stands beside the heroes during danger situations. She proved that courage is not about physical strength alone. It is about making the right choice even when your life is in danger. Because of this, her character becomes very important to the story instead of feeling like a side character. The action scenes are designed on a very large scale. Every chase feels faster than the previous one. Every fight becomes more intense and every explosion looks bigger. There are moments when motorcycles move at unbelievable speed, helicopters fly dangerously close to the ground, and cars perform impossible stunts. The movie never tried to hide the fact that it is made for entertainment. Instead, it proudly gives the audience bigger and crazier action with every passing minute. Another thing I noticed is the excellent pacing of the movie. The story never stay in one place for too long. Just when you think the movie is becoming slow, another exciting sequence begins. This keeps the audience interested throughout the entire film. There is always something happening, whether it is a funny conversation, a emotional family moment, or a massive action scene. Because of this balance, the movie rarely feels boring. The visual effects are also impressive. Some scenes involve advanced technology, futuristic machines, and high-speed reaction that would not be possible without computer graphic. Most of these effects look smooth and help create a exciting experience. Even if a few moments look unrealistic, they still fit the style of the movie because the film is not trying to be completely real. It wants to entertain and it succeeds in doing that. The soundtrack deserves special mention as well. During the action scene, powerful music increases the excitement. During emotional moments, soft music allows the audience to connect with the characters. Good background music may not always be noticed immediately, but it plays a hug role in making scene memorable. This movie uses music very effectively. If I talk about the story, it is a simple and easy to understand. It is not filled with complicated twists or confusing ideas. The main focus is always on saving the world, protecting family, and defeating a powerful enemy. Sometimes a simple story works better because it allows the audience to enjoy the action without getting confused. That is excellently what happens here. However, the movie is not perfect. Some action scenes ignore logic, and a few moments feel engaged. Certain stunts look impossible in real life, and something depend more on style than reality. But honestly, this has always been a part of the Fast and Furious world. Fans watch these movies ex- expecting larger than live action, and this film delivers exactly that. If you enjoy action movies with a strong heroes, funny dialogue, exciting fights, beautiful locations, fast car, and powerful villains, then Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and show is definitely worth watching. It is full of angry humor, adventure, and entertainment. Even after the movie ends, many action scenes and funny conversation stay in your memory for a long time. So if your goal is to relax and enjoy a fun action film without worrying too much about realism, this movie is a very good choice. Now let me talk about what makes Fast and Furious present Hobbs and show different from the other Fast and Furious movies. Most Fast and Furious films mainly focus on Dominic Toretto and his family, but this movie gives the full spotlight to Luke Hobbs and Deckard Show. Because of this, the movie has its own identity. It looks not try to copy the previous films. Instead, it creates a fresh adventure with new characters, a new villains, and a completely different style of storytelling. This fresh approach makes the movie enjoyable even for people who have not watched every Fast and Furious film. One thing I really enjoyed was the balance between serious moments and funny moments. Many action movies become too serious, but this movie always know when to make the audience laugh. Luke Hobbs and Deckard show keep testing each other almost every time they meet. Sometimes they argue about who is strong, Sometimes they argue about who has the better plan, and sometimes they simply refuse to agree with each other. These conversations feel natural because both characters have completely different personalities. Instead of becoming annoying, their arguments become one of the most entertaining part of the movie. The movie also spends enough time building the villain. Briston Lord is not shown as someone who only wants money or power. He believes that technology should control the future of humanity. According to him, weak people should disappear and only stronger humans with advanced technology should survive. This dangerous thinking makes him more than just another action villain. Even though the audience disagree with him, his confidence makes him feel like a real threat throughout the movie. As the story continues, the heroes face many difficult challenges. Every mission becomes more dangerous than the previous one. They travel through different countries, escape from powerful enemies, protect Hatisho, and search for a way to stop Bristol Lore. Because it is too late, during this journey, they realize that physical strength alone is never enough. Sometimes a smart planning becomes more important than fighting. This message is shown again and again in different situations. The second half of the movie becomes even bigger. The action scene becomes longer, the danger becomes higher, and the emotional moment becomes stronger. The audience starts caring about the characters because they are no longer fighting only for themselves. They are fighting to protect innocent people and save the future of millions. This gives the story a emotional weight that makes the final battle even more exciting. One scene that stands out is when Luke Hobbs returns to his homeland. These scenes are completely different from the past moving city life shown earlier. There, here we see nature, family, tradition, and people living together with respect and unity. The movie reminds us that modern technology is powerful, but human relationships are even more powerful. Family members who were separated because of old misunderstanding finally stand together when they face a common enemy. This emotional reunion gives the movie a warm feeling before the explosive final act begins. The movie also teaches an important lesson about teamwork. In the beginning, Luke Hobbs wants to solve every problem with strength, while they care show trust only his intelligence. But as they spend more time together, they learn from each other. Luke Hobbs become more patience and the show becomes more open to working with others. Their character development feels satisfying because it happens slowly throughout the movie instead of swelling suddenly. From a technical point of view, the movie looks fantastic. The cinematography captures every location beautifully, whether it is a busy city street, a secret laboratory, or the beautiful mountains of Samoa. Every place looks detailed and attractive. The editing keeps the movie fast without making the action confusing. Even during long fight scenes, the audience can clearly understand what is happening. The costume design also matches every character perfectly. Luke Hobbs always look powerful and ready for battle. Deckard so looks stylish and confident. Hattie so looks like a skilled agent. when Bristol lore has a futuristic appearance that immediately makes him look different from anyone else. Small details like these help every character feels unique. Overall, this movie is a complete entertainment package. It has action, comedy, emotions, adventure, friendship, family, values, and exciting car chase. Yes, some scenes are unrealistic, and yes, some stunts are impossible in real life, but that has always been the style of the Fast Furious universe. If you accept that from the beginning, then this movie becomes a thrilling, funny, and highly entertaining experience that keeps you smiling and excited until the final scene. Now let me talk about the final message of Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Show. At first, this movie looks like a simple action film with fast cars and big explosions. But if you pay close attention, you will notice that it also talks about trust, family, teamwork, sacrifice, and never giving up. Every main character learns something important during the journey. Luke Hobbs learns that even the strongest person can't win every battle alone. They also learn that trusting other people is not a weakness. Hattie proved that bravery is not measured by physical strength, but by the courage to protect others even when your own life is in danger. As the story moves toward the climax, the tension becomes higher and higher. Every minute feels important because the heroes know that if they fail, millions of innocent people could lose their lives. The movie creates this pressure very well. Every decision becomes difficult and every mistake can change everything. Because of this, the audience remains completely focused on what will happen next. The final mission is planned very carefully. Luke Hobbs, Show, Hattie Show, and the family members of Luke Hobbs work together as one team. Nobody wants personal credit. Anyone has only one goal, and that is stopping Brixton Lord because before he succeeds in his dangerous plan. This teamwork becomes one of the strongest parts of the entire movie because every character gets a chance to contribute. The battle itself is full of unforgettable moments. Fast vehicles move across rough roads, helicopters fly above the mountains, powerful explosions happen one after another, and every character keeps fighting without losing hope. The action becomes bigger with every passing minute, but the movie still allow the audience to understand who is fighting and why. Good action is not only about loud explosions. Good action also tell a story, and this movie managed to do that in many scenes. One of the best thing about Luke Hobbs is that he never forgot where he came from. Even after becoming one of the world's strongest agent, he still respects his family, his culture, and his traditions. These emotions in make his character more realistic and more likable. The movie reminds us that success means very little if we forget the people who always support us. The character show also gives a satisfying character journey. In earlier Fast and Furious movies, many people saw him only as a dangerous fighter, but here we see another side of him. We see his care for Hattishaw, his loyalty toward his family, and his ability to make difficult decisions when the situation demands it. This movie gives him more depth, making him much more interesting than before. The humor deserves another mention because it never disappeared from the movie. Even during danger situation, Luke Hobbs and Deckard Show continue making funny comments. Sometimes they challenge each other, sometimes they make fun of each other's fighting style, and sometimes they argue over very small things. These moments give the audience a chance to smile before the next action sequence begins. This perfect balance between comedy and action is one of the biggest reasons why the movie remains entertaining from beginning to end. From a filmmaking point of view, the movie has very high production quality. The seats are hug, the locations are beautiful, the vehicles look amazing, and the action choreography is carefully designed. Every scene feels expensive and grand. You can clearly see that a lot of effort has gone into making every action sequence look exciting on the big screen. Of course, this movie is not for everyone. It someone wants a slow story with deep drama and realistic situations, they may not enjoy it very much. But if someone wants true horror or fun, excitement, comedy, adventure, and spectacular action, then this movie is an excellent choice. It never hides what it wants to be. It proudly delivers exactly the kind of entertainment that fans expect from the Fast and Furious universe. Another reason why this movie feels fresh is because it expands the Fast and Furious world. Instead of showing only street racing, it introduced advanced technology, international missions, secret organization, and larger global threats. This change gives the franchise a new direction and opens the door for many future adventures. In the end, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw is a movie that knows how to entertain its audience. It is loud, funny, emotional, exciting, and full of energy from the first scene to the last. The chemistry between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw is the biggest reason why the movie works so well. Even when the story becomes simple, their performance, their comedy, and their action keep the audience fully engaged. This is not just a movie about saving the world, it is also a movie about trust, family, friendship, and learning that even the strongest heroes become stronger when they fight together. The movie also spends time showing how every character changes because of the journey. At the beginning, Luke hopes believes that his physical strength is enough to defeat anyone. He always moves forward without fear because he trusts his power. On the other hand, Descartes also believed that careful planning is more important than muscles. Whenever he enters a dangerous situation, he first observes everything around him before making his next move. These completely different personalities create many funny and exciting moments. Sometimes Luke Hobbs laughs at Descartes show for making completed plans, while Descartes show makes fun of Luke Hobbs for solving every problem with his First, this small conversation make both characters feel real, and the audience slowly starts enjoying every scene they share together. Another interesting part of the movie is the way the action keeps becoming bigger. At first, the heroes fight a few enemies, small palaces. Then the movie slowly moves forward, bigger locations, stronger enemies, and much more dangerous mission. Every new challenge feels more difficult than the last one. This steady increase in danger keeps the audience interested because the story never stay at the same level. Every 20 or 30 minutes, sometimes new happens that change the direction of the movie. The movie also uses modern technology as an important part of the story. Secret laboratories, advanced weapons, powerful machines, and intelligence systems are shown through the film, but at the same time, the movie gives another message. Technology can make someone a stronger, but it can't replace trust, emotions, or family. Bristol Lore depends completely on machines and believe that technology is the future of humanity. Luke Hobbs believe in people while Descartes show believe in experience. This difference between human value and technology become one of the biggest ideas behind the movie. One thing that impressed me was the camera work during the action scene. Many action movies become confusing because the camera moves too quickly, but here most fight scenes are easy to follow. The audience can clearly see where every punch, every kick, and every chase. The action explosion, the editing also help the maintain a fast pace without making the story difficult to understanding. Even viewer who do not only who do not usually watch action film can easily follow what is happening. The emotional scenes are also placed at the right moment. Just when the action becomes too intense, the movie slows down for a few minutes and allow the audience to understand the feeling of the character. We see Luke hopes remembering his past, reconnecting with his family, and trying to repair old relationship. We also see Descartes show protecting Hattie show without accepting anything in return. These moments make the character feel more human instead of looking like unstoppable action heroes. The comedy in this movie is simple but very effective. It does not depend on silly jokes. Instead, it comes from the personalities of the characters. Whenever Luke, Hobbs, and Dekiacho are together, something funny always happens. Sometimes they compete to prove who is stronger. Sometimes they argue about the best way to complete a mission. Sometimes they even insult each other with a smile. These moments create natural human and keep the audience entertained even between the action scene. The supporting character also play an important role. They are not simply standing in the background. Every supporting character help move the story forward. Some provide important information Some help during danger situation and some bring emotional support to the heroes. Because of this, the movie was complete instead of focusing only on the two main character. As the story continues, the audience begins to realize that the real strength of Luke Hobbs and Deckard show is not their fighting skills. Their greatest strength is that they never give up. Even after facing impossible situations, powerful enemies, and dangerous obstacles, they continue moving forward. This determination inspires the audience and make them easy to support throughout the movie. The movie also creates several suspenseful moments where the audience starts wondering whether the heroes will never actually succeed. Even even though this is a action movie, there is scene where the situation looks almost impossible. These moments increase the excitement because the audience want to know how the heroes will escape from such dangerous situation. Every successful escape feels satisfying because it comes after a difficult challenge. Finally, one of the biggest reasons why this movie remains enjoyable is its energy. From the opening scene until the final moment, the movie keeps moving forward without losing momentum. And there is always another mission, another fight, another funny conversation, or another surprise waiting for the audience. Because of this fast pace and entertaining style, Fast and Furious presents hopes and show remains one of the most enjoyable spin-off movie in the Fast and Furious universe, giving fans exactly the kind of action, comedy, adventure they expect. The movie also does a very good job of showing that every hero has weakness. Luke Hobbs may look like the strongest man in every room, but even he can't solve every problem with power alone. There are many moments where he has no stop, think, and listen to another people before making an important decision. This makes his character feel more believable because he is not shown as a perfect hero. In the same way, Decatso is exactly intelligent and always has a plan, but even these plans do not work every single time. When both characters make mistakes, they learn from them instead of giving up. This character growth makes the audience respect them even more by the end of the movie. Another thing that deserves appreciation is the way the movie changes its atmosphere. In one scene, the audience is laughing because Luke Hobbs and a cat show are making jokes. Just a few minutes later, the movie becomes serious because the danger situation suddenly appears. Then, without wasting much time, another aspect in action sequence begins. This continuous change in mood keeps the audience interested because the movie never feels repetitive. Every part of the story brings something fresh. The locations shown in the movie are also one of the biggest strengths. Instead of saying an one city, the story travels through different parts of the world. Every location has its own style and feeling. The busy streets are filled with fast cars and crowded traffic. Secret laboratories creates mystery and suspense. The beautiful landscape of Samoa bring peace and natural beauty before the story moves back into heavy action. Because of these different locations, the audience never feels like they are watching the same background again and again. The movie also pays attention to small details, the costumes, vehicles, weapons, and technology all match the personality of each character. Luke Hobbs always looks simple but powerful. Lekiarsho looks stylish, confident, and always prepared for danger. Hatisho looks professional and fearless, while Brixton Law has a futuristic appearance that immediately tells the audience he is not a ordinary enemy. These visual details help every character stand out. One of the strongest emotional themes in the movie is family. The Fast and Furious series has always been known for talking about family, and this movie continues that tradition in its own way. Luke Hobbs reconnects with people he has not spent enough time with. He and he slowly repairs old relationship. Decade show also show that no matter how though he looks from the outside, he deeply cares about Hattie and will risk everything to keep her safe. These family moments give the action scene much more meaning because now the heroes are fighting for people they truly love. The action choreography is another area where the movie performs very well. Every fight has a different rhythm. Some battles are based on raw strength, while others depend on speed and smart movement. The audience can clearly see the different fighting style of Luke Hobbs, Decade Show, and Brick Brixton lore because every character fight differently. The battle never becomes boring or predictable. The movie also creates excitement by making the heroes face impossible situations. Sometimes they are surrounded by enemies, sometimes they have very little time to stop a disaster. Sometimes they must make difficult decisions without knowing whether they are right or wrong. These situations create tension and make the audience emotionally connected to the story. Even when you believe the heroes will actually win, you still become curious about how they will escape from each danger challenge. Another quality of the movie is its entertainment value. Not every film needs a very complicated story to become enjoyable. Sometimes a simple story with interesting character, exciting action, funny dialogue, and emotional moment is enough. Fast and Furious presents hopes and show. Understanding this perfectly, it focuses on giving the audience an enjoyable experience instead of trying to become overall serious or philosophical. As the movie moves forward, its final moments, every character become more confident, more united, and more determined. The journey changed them in many ways. They began as people who hardly trust each other, but they slowly become true partners who are willing to um, risk everything for the mission. This transformation is one of the biggest reasons why the movie feels satisfying. The audience does not only enjoy the action, they also enjoy watching the relationship between characters becomes stronger with every challenge they face. Now let me talk about my Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw become so popular among action movies fans. One of the biggest reason is that the movie understands exactly what its audience wants, and it never try to become slow or confusing. From the very first scene, it fast building excitement, and after that, it keeps increasing the energy step by step. Every few minutes, something interesting happens. Either there is a funny conversation between Luke Hobbs and a car show, or there is a thrilling chase or a powerful fight that keeps the audience completely involved in the story. The relationship between Luke Hobbs and Show is the biggest strength of the movie. They are completely different people with complete different personality. Luke Hobbs believes in direct action. Whenever he sees a problem, he immediately jumps into the fight. He trusts his strength and never stray back from a challenge. On the other hand, Show likes to think before acting. He carefully studies every situation, notice every small detail, and then makes his move. Because of these opposite styles, every mission becomes interesting. Sometimes Luke Hobbs becomes um, impotent with Descartes show. Well, Descartes show laugh at Luke Hobbs for solving everything with brute force. These moments get natural comedy and audience enjoy every second of their partnership. Another impressive part of the movie is the way it presents Brixton Lord. He is not afraid of anyone because he believes he is almost impossible to defeat. His advanced technology makes him faster, stronger, and smarter than ordinary people. Whenever he appears on the screen, the heroes immediately understand that they are facing someone far beyond a normal enemy. His confidence and climate could make him a memorable villain. He never lost control of the situation easily, and that makes every confrontation much more exciting. The movie also shows that real heroes are not only strong in battle, they are also strong in their hearts. Luke Hobbs respects his family and never forget his root. Every Even after becoming a famous government agent, he remains humble. Whenever he returns home, his family stand beside him during difficult times without accepting anything in return. These scenes remind the audience that true strength comes from unity, trust, and love rather than only physical power. At the same time, Descartes show also chance through the story. Earlier, many people saw him only as a dangerous fighter, but this movie gives his character much more depth. His relationship with Habitual that he is willing to risk everything for the people he loves. Behind his confidence, smile, and clever jokes, there is a man who truly cares about his family. His emotional side makes him one of the most interesting characters in the movie. One thing that deserves special praise is the movie pacing. Many action films become slow in the middle, but this movie keeps moving forward without losing momentum. Every chapter introduce a movie, introduce a new challenge, a new location, or a new surprise. Because of this, the audience never feels bored even after watching for a long time. The movie continue to feel fresh and exciting. The visual quality is also excellent. Every location is captured beautifully, whether it is a crowded city, a secret laboratory, a highway filled with special vehicles, or the peaceful moments of somehow. The cinematography makes every palace look grand and cinematic, combined with powerful background music. Every action scene feels larger than life. Another thing I appreciate was that the movie never forgot its emotional balance. Right after intense action sequence, it gives the audience a chance to relax with a funny conversation or a heartbeat family moment. This balance keeps the experience enjoyable from beginning to end. If the movie had only action, it would actually become thrilling, but because it also includes comedy, family, friendship, and emotional scene. The audience stay connected with the character throughout the journey. From a entertainment point of view, this movie delivers almost everything an action fan could ask for. It has powerful heroes, a unforgettable villain, exciting characters, creative fight scene, emotional family moments, beautiful locations, and excellent chemistry between the two main characters. Even if someone scene are unrealistic, they are designed purely to entertain, and succeed in doing exactly that. Finally, Fast and Furious presents hopes and show prove that a spin-off can become just as entertaining as the main series when it has strong characters, exciting action, and a story that keeps the audience interested. It is a movie that celebrates teamwork, courage, family, friendship, and never giving up, while delivering one thrilling action sequence after another. By the time the credit roll, the audience feels that they have enjoyed a complete action adventure filled with laughter, emotion, suspense, and unforgettable entertainment. Now, let me talk about something that many people do not notice while watching Fast and Furious Pursuit soaps and show. Most viewers remember the action scene, the people explosions, and the funny conversation. But if you watch carefully, you will see that every major action scene also helps the characters grow. At the beginning of the movie, Luke Hobbs and Deckard show do not even trust each other. They argue almost every minute, and both of them believe they are always right. Whenever they receive a new mission, they immediately disagree about how to complete it. This creates many funny situations, but it also shows that Two great heroes can't become a great team until they learn to respect each other. As the story moves forward, both heroes slowly began to understand one another. Luke Hobbs realized that a strength alone can't solve every problem. There are situations where carefully planning becomes much more important than physical power. At the same time, they can also understand that sometimes tracking quick taking quick action is better than spending too much time making perfect plans. Because both characters learn from each other, they become much stronger together than they were alone. This lesson about teamwork is one of the strongest messages of the dream. Another thing I really liked is the confidence of Hattie Show. She is not shown as someone who always needs help. She is brave, intelligent, and fully capable of protecting herself. Even when powerful enemies surrounded her, she never lost hope. She keeps fighting until the very end. Her character brings balance to the story because she is not simply following the heroes, she is actively helping them complete the mission. This makes her one of the most important characters in the entire film. The movie also spends enough time explaining why Brixton Lore is such a dangerous villain. His body has been improved with advanced technology, allowing him to move faster, react quicker, and survive attack that would defeat ordinary people. Because of this, every fight against him becomes extremely difficult. The heroes can't simply defeat him with one punch or one clever plan. They must work together, keep chasing their strategy, and never stop trying. This makes the final battle much more exciting because victory never feels easy. One of the most enjoyable parts of the movie is its dialogue. The conversations between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw are written in a simple but entertaining way. Instead of giving long emotional speech, they often express their feelings through humor. They tease each other, complete with each other, and even challenge each other during danger situations. These conversations make the character feel natural and the audience starts smiling even before the next action scene begins. The movie also pays attention to family relations. Luke Hobbs returned to Samoa where we see his families standing together during difficult times. Even though they have old disagreements, they forget everything when a common danger appears. This teaches a important lesson that family member may argue, but when real problems comes, they should stand together instead of standing apart. This emotional scene give the movie a strong heart behind all the action. Another reason why this movie feels different is balance between modern technology and traditional values. Fun on side, Bristol Lore completely trusts machines and believes technology will control the future. On the other side, Luke Hobbs believed that courage, loyalty, and family are much more powerful than any machine. This difference creates a interesting conflict between the hero and the villain. It is not only a physical fight but also a fight between two completely different way of thinking. The action choreography deserves special appreciation. Every punch, every kick, every chase, and every explosion is designed to keep the audience excited. Instead of repeating the same type of action again and again, the movie keeps introducing new ideas. Sometimes the heroes fight inside building, sometimes one vehicles, and sometimes in open area where the scale become much larger. Because of this variety, the audience never feels tired to watching the action. The background music also play important role during emotional moment. The music becomes soft and meaningful during action scene. It becomes loud, energetic, and powerful. Good background music can complete change the feeling of a scene, and this movie uses its very effectively combined with excellent sound effects, and every explosion, every car chase, and every fight feels much bigger on the screen. Overall, Fast and Furious presents Ops and show is much more than just a movie about fast cars and action. It is a story about trust, friendship, family, courage, teamwork, and learning from one another. These messages are hidden behind exciting fights, funny dialogue, and spectacular action scenes, making the movie enjoyable not only for action fans but also for anyone who like entertaining character and a fast moving adventure. Now let me talk about the overall experience of watching Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Show. This is one of those movies that is meant to entertain from the very first minute until the last. The story keeps moving without stopping, and every new scene brings another surprise. Sometimes you get a funny conversation between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Show. Sometimes you see a exciting car chase, and sometimes the movie suddenly becomes emotional. Because of this perfect balance, the audience never feels that the movie is become slow or boring. One thing that I noticed while watching this movie is that every action sequence has its own purpose. The fight are not added only to make the movie longer. Every battle says something in the story. Sometimes the heroes discover new information, sometimes they lose an important opportunity, sometimes they become closer as a team. This makes every fight meaningful instead of feeling repetitive. Even after watching many action scenes, the audience still wants to see what will happen next. The friendship between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw continue to improve throughout the movie. In the beginning, they only work together because they have no other choice. They do not trust each other and they keep arguing over almost every decision. But after facing many dangerous situations together, they slowly began to respect each other's abilities Luke Hobbs realized that the Decade show is much stronger than he first thought. At the same time, Decade show realized that Luke Hobbs is much more caring and responsible than he expected. Their friendship grows naturally, and this makes the audience feel connected with both characters. The movie also gives enough importance to Hattie show. She is brave, confident, and never allow fear to control her. Even when she becomes the main target of dangerous enemies, she continues fighting without giving up. She does not wait for someone else to solve her problems. Instead, she becomes a active part of the mission. Because of this, her character feels stronger and independent, making the story even more interesting. Another important point is the way Braxton Lord is presented. Most villains become angry very quickly, but Braxton Lord remains calm in almost every situation. His confidence makes him even more dangerous. He truly believes that he can't be defeated because his advanced technology has made him stronger than any ordinary human. Every time he appears, the audience immediately feels that the heroes are about to face another impossible challenge. The movie also shows the importance of never losing hope. There are many moments when everything seems impossible, the heroes are surrounded by enemies they have very little time, and every plan appears to fail, but instead of accepting defeat, they continue searching for another solution. This positive attitude becomes one of the biggest strengths of the movie. It reminds the audience that determination and teamwork can help people overcome even the most difficult situations. From a technical point of view, the movie is very impressive. The cinematography capture every action scene beautifully. The editing keeps the face fast, while the sound design makes every explosion, punch, and vehicle chase feel powerful. The background music also increases the excitement and excellent. The right moment make every important trend feel even bigger. The movie also succeeds in creating suspense even though the audience believe that the heroes will eventually succeed. The journey never feels easy. Every mission becomes more difficult than the last one, and every victory comes after hard work and sacrifice. Because of this, the, the audience celebrate every success along with the heroes. Another reason why people enjoy this movie is that it never forgets its scene of humor, Luke Hobbs and Deckard so continue making funny comments even during danger situations. Their friendly competition makes many scenes unforgettable instead of making the movie too serious. These light-hearted moments keep the audience smiling while still maintaining the excitement of the story. Overall, Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Show is a complete action entertainer. It combines thrilling fights, memorable characters, emotional family moments, beautiful locations, powerful background music, and excellent teamwork into one exciting adventure. It proves that two completely different heroes can become a unbeatable team when they learn to trust each other. and that message stay with the audience long after the movie is over. Now let me talk about the movie from the audience point of view. When people go to watch Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and show, they are not expecting a slow story filled with long emotions conversations. They want exciting action, funny character, fast car, dangerous mission, and unforgettable moments. This movie understands those expectations perfectly. From the opening scene, it tells the audience that they are about to enjoy a fun adventure, and after that, it never lost ground for too long. Every chapter introduces a new challenge, a new location, or a new action sequence, making the journey feel fresh from beginning to end. On the on the strongest quality of this movie is the chemistry between Luke Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw. Normally, when two action heroes appear together, one of them become more important than the other. But here, both characters get equal importance. Sometimes Luke Hobbs saves the situation with his incredible strength. At other times, Deckard Shaw uses his intelligence and experience to find a clever solution. Because both heroes have different abilities, they complete each other perfectly. This balance makes their partnership one of the best parts of the movie. The movie also shows that confidence alone is not enough to win. Brixton Lore is extremely confident because he believes his advanced technology make him unbeatable. He thinks ordinary humans have to change against him. However, the heroes prove that courage, teamwork, and determination are sometimes more powerful than technology. This creates an interesting message without making the movie feel too serious. Another thing I really appreciate was the way the movie handles humor. The jokes never feel forced; they come naturally from the personalities of Pluck, Hobbs, and Decade Show. Even during dangerous moments, they continue teasing each other. Sometimes they argue about who should lead the mission. Sometimes they compete to see who can defeat more enemies. Sometimes they simply make fun of each other's style. These funny moments help the audience relax before the next big action scene begins. The visual presentation of the movie is also outstanding. Every explosion looks hug, every vehicle chase feels fast, and every fight is filmed with great and angry. The cinematography capture both modern cities and beautiful natural landscape in a very attractive way. Whether the story is taking place inside a high teach laboratory on a busy highway or in the peaceful environment of Samoa, every location feels unique and memorable. I also liked the way the movie keeps increasing the stake. At first, the mission looks difficult, but as the story continues, the danger becomes much bigger. The heroes face a strong enemies, more complicated situations, and greater risk. Because of this, the audience never feels that the heroes have a easy journey. Every victory comes after hard work, a smart decision, and complete teamwork. The emotional scenes are simple but effective. They remind us that behind every action hero is a normal human being with family, memories, and responsibility. Luke Hobbs values his family deeply, While Descartes Show is willing to do anything to protect Hattie Show, these relationships give emotional weight to the story and make the audience care about what happens to the characters. The background score deserves appreciation because it perfectly matches the mood of every scene. During action, the music becomes powerful and energetic. During emotional moment, it becomes calm and meaningful. This combination makes every important scene feel much stronger than it would without music. Another reason why the movie remains entertaining is that it never repeats the same type of action again and again. One fight takes place inside a building, another happens on moving vehicles, another include helicopters, and another depend on hand-to-hand combat. This variety keeps the audience excited because every action scene feels different from the previous one. If someone asked me whether this movie is perfect, I would say no. There are moments where the action becomes unrealistic and some stunts are impossible in real life, but this has always been the identity of the Fast and Furious universe. These movies are designed to entertain rather than to show complete realism. If you accept that style, then this movie becomes a enjoyable experience from start to finish. Finally, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Show succeeds because it never forgets its main purpose. It wants the audience to smile, laugh, feel excited, and enjoy every minute of the adventure. With memorable character, exciting action, emotional family moments, beautiful locations, and excellent comedy, this movie proves that a good action film is not only about explosions and fights, it is also about friendship, trust, courage, loyalty, and learning that even two complete different people can become the strongest team when they stand together against and a common enemy. Now, let me talk about the entertainment value of Fast and Furious presents Hopes and Show because this is an area where the movie perform extremely well. Some movies try to impress the audience with a complicated story while others focus only on action, but this movie mixes action, comedy, emotion, and adventure and family in a very balanced way. Because of this, almost every type of audience can enjoy something. If you love fast action, there are many exciting fights. If you enjoy funny conversations, Luke Hobbs and Descartes Show keep making jokes throughout the movie. If you like emotional moments, the family scene give the story a warm and meaningful feeling. One thing that surprised me was how naturally the friendship between Luke Hobbs and Descartes Show develops. At first, they only tolerate each other because they have the same mission. Neither of them wants to admit that the other person is talented. Every time they complete a different task, they start arguing about who actually deserve the credit. These funny arguments continue for most of the movie, but little by little they began respecting each other without saying it directly. Both characters understand that they have become true partners. This slow development makes their friendship feel believable instead of sudden. The movie also gives a lot of importance to courage. Every major character faces situations where giving up would be much easier than continue the fight. Hattie Show know that many danger people are chasing her, but she never stopped trying to protect the virtue from falling into the wrong hands. Luke Hobbs continue fighting even when the situation looks impossible. Descartes Show also risks his own life without thinking quick whenever his family is in danger. These moments remind the audience that being a hero is not about having superpowers, it is about making the right decision even during the most difficult situations. Another reason why the movie remains interesting is its unpredictable action. The audience never know what kind of action scene will come next. One moment, the heroes are fighting inside a building. A few minutes later, they are chasing enemies through busy street. After that, the action moves to completely different locations with much bigger danger. This constant change keeps the audience fully involved because every sequence looks different from the previous one. The character of Brixton Lord also deserves praise. His powerful intelligence claim and completely different in his abilities. Unlike many villains who become angry after every small failure, Bristol Lord remains focused on his mission. He always believed that his advanced technology give him a hug advanced over ordinary humans. This confidence makes him a memorable opponent because the heroes never get a easy victory against him. One of the biggest strength of the movie is its visual quality. Every action scene is shot on a large scale. The vehicles, the explosions, and the camera movements and the background locations all look impressive. And the cinematography capture both modern cities and natural landscape beautifully. The movie never feels usually boring because every new location bring a fresh look to the story. The soundtrack also plays an important role during action scene. The powerful music increases the excitement. During motion scene, the music becomes softer and allows the audience to connect with the characters. This balance between music and the storytelling make many scenes much more effective. Good background music often works without the audience noticing it, and this movie uses this idea perfectly. I also like the way the movie show the importance of trust at the beginning. Luke, Hobbs, and Deckard show trust only themselves. They believe they can solve every problem alone, but after facing one danger situation after another, they finally understand that trusting each other is the only way to succeed. This message is simple, but it presented in a very entertaining way through action instead of long space. The movie also reminds us that family is one of the greatest source of strength. Whenever Luke Hobbs feels that the mission has become impossible, his family give him the confidence to continue in the same way. Deckard Shaw never stop fighting because he wants to keep Hattie Shaw safe. This emotional connection makes the audience care about the characters beyond the action scene. Overall, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw as a movie that delivers exactly what it promises. It is full of thrilling action, memorable characters, exciting adventure, emotional family moments, funny conversations, and spectacular visuals. Even though some scenes are unrealistic, the movie never lost its charm because its main goal is simple: to entertain the audience from beginning to end. Every scene adds more excitement, every challenge becomes bigger, and every character grows stronger through the journey, making this one of the most enjoyable action movies in the Fast and Furious universe. Now let me talk about one more important reason why Fast and Furious presents hopes and so feels different from many other action movies. Most action films focus only on defeating the villain, but this movie spends enough time developing its main character. By the time the movie reaches its final part, the audience already understands who Luke Hobbs is, what the Descartes show believe in, why Hattie show never give up, and what motivates Brixton Lord. Because every important character receive proper attention, the story becomes much more enjoyable. The audience is not only watching action scene; they are also following the journey of people who slowly change because of the challenge they face. The movie also succeeds in creating a perfect balance between modern science and traditional values. Brixton Lore completely believed that technology is the future of humanity. According to him, machines and advanced systems are the only way for people who become stronger. One on the other hand, Luke Hobbs believes that courage, loyalty, family, and trust are much more valuable than any machine. This difference creates a powerful conflict that goes beyond simple fighting. It becomes a battle between two different ideas about the future of the world. Another thing I enjoyed was the nature progress of the story. The movie never rushes from one action scene to another without explaining what is happening. Every mission has a clear purpose. Every fight happens because the characters are trying to achieve something important. This makes the action feel connected to the story instead of looking like random explosions. Even viewers who are watching the movie for the first time can easily understand what is happening because the storytelling remains simple and clear. The relationship between Hobbs and Decatsu becomes stronger after every difficult situations. At first, they refuse to listen to each other. Both believe they know the best way to complete the mission, but every challenge teaches them something new. Luke Hobbs starts respecting Decatsu because of his intelligence, while Decatsu begins admiring Luke Hobbs because of his fearless attitude. This mutual respect slowly replaced their earlier rivalry, and their transformation is one of the most satisfying parts of the movie. The action choreography deserves another appreciation. Every fight has its own identity. Some scenes focus on hand-to-hand combat where every punch and kick feels powerful. Other scenes depend on fast vehicles, danger roads, and high-speed chases. Then there are scenes involving helicopters, advanced weapons, and large-scale destruction. Because every action sequence is different, the audience never feels that the movie is repeating itself. The emotional moment also deserve attention. There are not add only to slow down the movie. Instead, they help explain why the characters continue fighting even when everything seems impossible. Luke Hobbs wants to protect the people he loves. Ricciardo wants to show, had to show and prove that he can do the right thing. These emotional scenes make the action scene much more meaningful because the audience understands what is at stake. The movie also makes excellent use of humor. Many action films become too serious, but this movie keeps the atmosphere enjoyable through clever conversations. Luke Hobbs and Ricciardo keep changing each other in funny ways. Sometimes they compete to see who can defeat more enemies. Sometimes they argue over the smallest details. These moments feel completely natural because they match the personalities of both characters. Visually, the movie is spectacular. The cinematography capture every location beautifully. Bright city lights, secret laboratories, open highways, forests, mountains, and ocean all look amazing on the big screen. Every location give the audience a different feeling, making the movie look fresh throughout its running time. The visual effects are also impressive, especially during the larger action scene where technology plays an important role. One more thing that impressed me was the movie's energy. Even after watching for a long time, the excitement never disappears. Whenever the pace becomes slightly slower, the movie immediately introduces another challenge, another surprise, or another exciting moment. This constant movement keeps the audience fully engaged. There is hardly any moment where the story feels unnecessary or distracted. It If I had to describe this movie in a few simple words, I would call it a complete action adventure filled with entertainment, friendship, family, humor, courage, and teamwork. It may not be the most realistic movie ever made, but it never tries to be. It its only purpose is to entertain the audience with larger than life action, memorable characters, exciting missions, and a journey that remains enjoyable from the opening scene until the very last moment. That is exactly why Fast and Furious presents Hope and Show continues to be one of the most entertaining spin-off movie in the Fast and Furious franchise. Now let me talk about the overall quality of Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Show as an action movie. In my opinion, this film know exactly what it want to deliver. It never pretend to be a serious documentary or a realistic war film. Instead, it proudly presents a world where action is bigger, heroes are stronger, villains and more dangerous, and every mission feels larger than life. If you watch this movie with the with that expectation, then you will enjoy almost everything because the movie stayed true to its style from beginning to end. One thing that makes this movie special is the confidence of its storytelling. The film never wastes too much time explaining unnecessary details. It introduces the heroes, presents the danger, and immediately starts moving toward the main mission. Because of this fast beginning, the audience quickly becomes interested in the story. As the movie continues, every new chapter introduces another obstacle, another enemy, and another surprise. This keeps the excitement alive throughout the entire journey. The friendship between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw becomes stronger with every mission they complete together. At first, both characters are completely different. Luke Hobbs is loud, fearless, and believe in using power. Deckard Shaw is calm, clever, and believe in planning every step carefully. They disagree on almost everything, but as the danger grows, they begin to understand that neither strength or intelligence alone is enough. Real success comes when both quality work together. This lesson is shown naturally through their journey instead of being unexplained through long speeches. Another strong point of the movie is its action design. Every major action sequence feels unique. One battle depends on close combat, another focus on high speed vehicles, while another includes helicopters, heavy weapons, and dangerous locations. The movie never repeats the same action formula. Every fight brings something new, and that is why the audience remains excited even after watching many action scenes. The movie also gives enough attention to Hattie Show. She is not simply standing behind the heroes waiting for help. She actively prac- participates in the mission, makes important decisions, and prove herself during danger situation. Her bravery and confidence make her one of the strongest female characters in the Fast and Furious universe. She is intelligent, independent, and always ready to protect innocent people, even if it means risking her own life. The character of Braxton Lore is also written in an interesting way. He is not only physically powerful but also mentally confident. He truly believes that his advanced technology makes him superior to everyone else. Because of this belief, he never underestimate the heroes, but he also never fears them. Every conversations between Braxton and the heroes increase the tension, making the audience even more exciting from the next confrontation. The emotional side of the movie is handled very well. The story constantly reminds us that behind every action hero is a family waiting for them. Luke hopes respect his family and traditional, while Lekyard show never stop caring for Harry show. These family moments are not too long, but they are meaningful enough to make the audience emotionally connected with the characters. Without this scene, the movie would have been would have been only about action. These emotional moments give the story much more heart. The movie also deserves praise for its technical quality. The cinematography capture every location beautifully. The editing keeps the piece fast and smooth. The sound design makes every explosion punch and engine should feel powerful. The background music changes according to the mood of each scene, making emotional moment more touching and action scene more exciting. All these small technical details come together to create a complete cinematic experience. Another thing I really appreciate was the movie's positive message. When when though the film is full of action, it repeat, repeatedly reminds the audience that nobody become successful alone. Every victory in the movie comes because people trust each other, help each other, and stand together during difficult times. Luke, Hobbs, and Deckard show began the story as rivals, but by the end, they become true partners. This character development is one of the biggest achievements of the movie because it feels natural and believable. Overall, Fast and Furious presents hopes and show as an exciting action adventure that successfully combines comedy, family emotions, friendship, thrilling action, memorable character, and spectacular visuals. It may not follow the rules of real life, but it follow the rules of entertainment perfectly. Every scene is designed to keep the audience smiling, laughing, feeling excited, and enjoy the journey. That is why this movie remains one of the most entertaining entertaining entries in the Fast and Furious universe, and a film that action lovers can watch again and again without getting bored. Another thing that I really liked about Fast and Furious presents hopes and show is that the movie always feels confident about its own style. It never tried to become something that is not. From the very beginning, the movie tells the audience that they are going to watch a big action adventure filled with exciting fight, funny conversation, dangerous mission, and unforgettable characters. Because the movie is still loyal to this idea from start to finish, the audience always know what kind of experience they are getting, and that is one of the biggest reason why the film is so enjoyable. The movie also succeeds because every character has a clear personality. Luke Hobbs is fearless and believe that no challenge is too big for him. He is physically powerful, but he also has a kind heart and never ignore people who need help. Whenever he sees innocent people in danger, he immediately puts himself at risk to protect them. This quality make him much more than just another action hero. He believes someone whom the audience can truly respect. On the other hand, Deckard Show brings a completely different energy to the story. His claim under pressure, speak with confidence, and always look like he has already planned his next move. Even when everything around him becomes chaotic, he continues thinking clearly. This makes him the perfect partner for Luke Hobbs because both heroes balance each other weakness. One depends on the other on power, while the other depends on intelligence. Together, they become much stronger than either of them could ever become alone. The movie also introduced several moments where the heroes fell before they finally succeed. This is important because if the hero won every battle easily, the audience would stop feeling excited. Instead the film shown that every victory comes after mistake, difficult decisions, and dangerous sacrifice. There are moments when Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw are forced to change their plans because the enemy is always one step ahead. These unexpected situations make the story much more interesting. Another reason why the action feels exciting is because the movie constantly changes the environment. Instead of showing the same street and buildings again and again, the story moves through different countries, modern cities, secret laboratories, highways, mountains, forests, and villages. Every location brings a complete different feeling. Some places create suspense while other create excitement or emotional momentums. Because of this variety, the audience never feels that the movie is visually repetitive. The chemistry between Hobbs and Shaw becomes even stronger as the story progresses. At first, their conversations are full of insult and jokes. They constantly complete with each other trying to prove who is better fighter, but after facing one impossible mission after another, they slowly being trusting each other without even saying it. Sometimes a simple look is enough for them to understand what the other person is thinking. This silent understanding show how much their relationship has grown since the beginning of the movie. The movie also deserved praise for its pacing. Many action movies lost their enemies in the middle, but this film keeps introducing new ideas at the right time. Whenever the audience thinks they have seen everything, another surprise appears, a new enemy arrives, another mission begins, or a unexpected twist changes the direction of the story. This constant movement keeps the audience complete involved from beginning to end. The visual effects are also an important reason behind the movie success. Since Brixton Lore uses advanced technology, the movie depends on modern computer graphics to create many exciting moments. Unfortunately, most of these effects look smooth and realistic enough for the audience to enjoy. They help make the villain appear faster, stronger, and more dangerous without taking action away from the main story. The emotional side of the movie continue to be one of its strongest qualities. Luke Hobbs never forget that his family is the reason he keeps fighting. Decade show also prove that protecting Attisho is more important than his own safety. This emotional connection remind the audience what the biggest battle are not fought only for victory; they are fought for people we can care about. This simple message gives the movie much more depth than many other action films. Another interesting detail is how the movie presents teamwork. At first, every character wants to solve problems alone, but as the story increases, everyone understanding that success is impossible without trusting one another. Every member of team contributes something important. Some use strength, some use intelligence, some use technology, and some provide emotional support. By combining all these different qualities, the heroes become capable of defeating a much stronger enemy. Finally, I think Fast and Furious presents hopes and show succeed because it never forget its main purpose. It wants the audience to enjoy every single minute. It delivers exciting action, memorable character, funny dialogue, emotional family moments, beautiful locations, powerful music, and spectacular visuals in one complete package. Even after watching the movie, many scenes remains in your memory because they all entertaining, energetic, and full of life. That is the reason why this film continues to be loved by action fans around the world and remains one of the strongest spin-off movies in Fast and Furious series. Now let me talk about why Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Show is more than just another action movie. When people hear the name Fast and Furious, the first things that comes to our mind and fast cars, crazy stunts, and hack explosions. The movie definitely has all of those things, but it also gives the audience memorable characters who slowly change during their journey. By the time the story reaches its final moment, Luke, Hobbs, and Deckard show are no longer the same people we meet at the beginning. They have learned to trust each other, respect each other's strength, and work together like a real team. This character development is one of the strongest parts of the movie because it happened naturally instead of feeling forced. The movie also does a great job of creating excitement before every major action scene. It does not simply start a fight without any reason. First, it builds tension. The heroes receive important information. They discuss different plans. They face unexpected problems, and only then does the action begin. Because of this, every fight feels important. The audience understand what the heroes are trying to achieve and what they might lose if they fail. This makes every battle much more exciting than simple action without any purpose. One of my favorite part of the movie is the confidence shown by Luke Hobbs. No matter how difficult the mission becomes, he never allows fear to control him. Even when he knows that the enemy is stronger or has better technology, he continues moving forward with determination. His confidence inspires the people around him and gives the audience the feeling that no challenge is impossible if you refuse to give up. At the same time, Decade Show brings intelligence and clever planning into every mission. Instead of depending only on physical strength, he carefully studies the situation before taking action. Many times, a smart decision saves the entire team from serious danger. This balance between power and intelligence makes the partnership between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw one of the most entertaining partnerships in modern action cinema. The movie also pays attention to its supporting character. Hattie Shaw is brave enough to stand beside the heroes instead of hiding behind them. She understands the danger better than anyone else, but she still chooses to fight for the safety of millions of people. Her courage and confidence make her an important part of the story rather than just another supporting character. Every time she appears on the screen, she adds more energy and importance to the mission. Another interesting point is the way Brixton Lord see the world. He truly believes that technology should replace human limitations. According to him, emotions make people weak while machines make them stronger. But the movie slowly proves the opposite again and again. It shows that trust, friendship, loyalty, and family are much stronger than any machine. This hidden message gives a movie more meaning without making it feel like a lecture. The action scenes are also designed with a lot of creativity instead of repeating the same style of fighting. Every sequence introduces something different. Sometimes the heroes escape from dangerous enemies using vehicles. Sometimes they fight inside building filled with obstacles. Sometimes they depend on teamwork instead of individual strength because every action scene has its own style. The audience never feels bored even after watching many films. This films is very different. So, guys, this was my complete review of Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Show. In my opinion, this movie is a complete entertainment package. It has powerful action, funny comedy, emotional family moments, amazing car chase, memorable characters, and a villain who keeps the story exciting from beginning to end. The biggest reason why I enjoyed this movie is the fantastic chemistry between Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw. Their action, their jokes, and their teamwork make every scene enjoyable. Even though some action scenes are unrealistic, they are made only to entertain the audience, and honestly, they do not that very well. If you are looking for a movie with deep logic, and then this may not be the perfect choice, but if you want 2 hours of non-stop action, exciting adventure, powerful fight scene, funny dialogues, and a movie that never lasts you feel bored, then Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Show is definitely worth watching. I personally enjoyed the movie because it never forgets its main purpose, and that is to entertain the audience every single minute. For me, I would give this movie a 8.5 out of 10. It is a fun action film that is perfect for watching with friends or family. If you just want to relax and enjoy a big Hollywood blockbuster. If you enjoyed this review, then don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more Hollywood movie reviews in easy way. Also, tell me in the comments which movie you want me to review next. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, keep smiling, and I will see you next video. Goodbye, everyone. Bye 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 bye. Love you guys. Take care.